up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, Mac the Giants fan. Let me talk to you. All right, first things first, man. I'm coming here today. I want to give my 2 cents finally. I've been kind of quiet on the subject, but now it's time to, stop biting my tongue about it, man. Saquon Barkley is the topic right now. Saquon Barkley is the only thing that's on my mind right now in this video. Here I want to come at y'all, New York Giant Nation, and let y'all know, man. Look, Joe Shane, you've been doing a great job with this organization since you walked in the door. Great job. I can't even front. You've turned this organization completely around, complete 180. Got us. You made some moves. Got us to the postseason a year ago. Helped get us to the postseason. Hats off to that. Great job. But right now, I gotta keep it all the way 100 with you. Keep it straight up. Keep it a buck with you, Joe Shane. You playing a very dangerous game with the most electrifying player on this offense. Pay Saquon Barkley. He's not asking for a king's ransom. He's asking for a fair pay rate for a player of his caliber. That's it. He ain't some run-of-the-mill running back. He ain't just some guy. Saquon Barkley's you can't pluck Saquon Barkley's off of trees. They don't just grow on trees every day. He ain't some run-of-the-mill guy. He's part of a select few running backs in this league that are on a completely different level than most of the other ones. It's time to pay that man. He ain't asking for a king's ransom, man. He's just asking for a fair pay rate. You are playing a very dangerous game. I am warning you. Everything you've done up to this point has been very good. This situation right here is not being handled very well. And I don't even blame you totally, Joe Shane. I blame the league. The NFL has created this monster. With these salaries that these other guys get, these salaries that you want to value certain positions more than others. Guess what? You got to stop thinking like that. We got to get out of this mentality as GMs, owners. Got to get out of that mentality. You got to pay a guy for what they're worth to your team, to your franchise. Doesn't matter what position they play. Saquon Barkley means the world to the New York Giants. This New York Giant offense will not run the same way without Saquon Barkley on the field. So you're playing a very dangerous game, fast and loose, with the most electrifying player on your offense. And you can still make a case that he's the most electrifying player on the whole damn team. I know we got a couple of studs on defense as well, and a couple guys that have been doing some serious things. We want to value them as more important, but I'm sorry, you can't look at it like that. Saquon Barkley is very important to this offense, and you got to put him out. You got to get him on the field. You cannot have him missing training camp, skipping out on trains. He's already skipped the entire offseason activities up to this point already. He ain't playing when it comes to that. He said what he said, and he meant it. He ain't show up. None of the mini camps, none of the OTAs. You can't run an organization like that. You can't. You got to keep the best players happy, man. Like I said, I know this wasn't on you, Joe Shane, but look, we paid a damn Kenny Golladay, $17 million a year? For doing absolutely nothing? But we can't pay Saquon Barkley 15? Oh, because he's a running back? He's not just one of those easily replaceable running backs. I know I'll give you the example of Pacheco, young man Pacheco did out in KC last year. But guess what? He didn't walk in and take Saquon Barkley's job. He walked in and took Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's job. It's not even in the same class. Not even the same level. He wouldn't have walked in here and took Saquon Barkley's job. Hats off to what that young man did as a late round draft pick, but he wouldn't have did that. And I'm sorry, look, say Saquon Barkley hypothetically sits out this year. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but say he did. So we're just going to go into the season with 5th round draft pick Eric Gray, Gary Brightwell, and Matt Breida. Come on, man. Those guys, much love, much respect for them, man. They ain't Saquon Barkley. They are not Saquon Barkley. So you got to really figure this thing out, man. Figure out a way to make this work and come to an agreement, man. But look, you better sit down and really evaluate what Saquon Barkley truly means to this offense and to this team. Just his leadership in general. This man wants to be here. This man sat here for his first 5 years of his career and played, well, except for last year, the exception of last season, played on very, very bad New York Giant teams. All the adversity. Never played, even including last year, still never has run behind a decent offensive line. Still never has in 5 years. Now this year the offense is finally set up for him to absolutely go off. Probably set up for him to potentially come out and have the best season of his career. And we want to sit here and play games? Want to act like he's not worth the money he's asking for? He's not a run-of-the-mill guy. Like I said, you don't pluck Saquon Barkley off the tree, man. It doesn't happen. So you're going to find out the hard way. If we end up losing out on Barkley, hypothetically, he sits out and then waits till next year, comes back, and somebody gives him the bag. You're gonna really hope it's not somebody like Howie Roseman or Jerry Jones. Then you got to deal with him 2 times a year. Then you'll really see how much Saquon Barkley meant. You don't want that when he's shitting all over our fucking defense a couple of times a year. You don't want that to happen. Trust me. So, you gotta work this thing out, man. Saquon is too valuable to this offense. And I'm tired of this. You don't pay running backs this, you don't pay running backs that. You pay a player what they're worth, and it shouldn't matter what position they play. I don't give a damn if he's the offensive guard. You pay pay the players what they're worth. You sit there and you pay average quarterbacks all this ridiculous money, but we won't pay our stud running back. Yeah, I said it. Stud running back. We don't want to pay him. We want to lowball him. We want to try to get him to play on the damn franchise tag. This man has proven what he can get done. And he's done it without a lot of help around him. This will be the most help he's had. And we want to mess around and play games with him this year? Nah. So Joe Shane, look, man. You've done almost everything right thus far in your tenure here, bro. But this situation, I can't agree with the way you're handling it, man. This man is not asking for a lot. He really isn't. He's not asking for a lot. He's asking for something fair. He is asking for something fair. He definitely belongs on the same pay scale as the CMCs of the world. I'm sorry. Because he's right there. He's right on that same tier with all of those guys, with guys like that. There's only a handful of guys you can even make an argument for, less than a handful of guys, honestly, that you can make an argument are even better than Saquon Barkley at what he does. So give me a break, man. What is the complication here? Get this man paid, have him show up happy, and watch this offense work. But it ain't going to work the same without number 26. You better believe that. I get it. Daniel Jones looks a little bit better, progressing a little bit. It'll probably have a setback without a number 26 in that backfield. You got to keep the talent on the field. Like I said, it's no excuse to be a couple $1 million off, and this is what we're really haggling over. I know I'm saying it like as if a couple $1 million for me is like, yeah, crazy money. But for the New York Football Giants, a couple $1 million, it ain't that much. You're haggling over a couple $1 million. Seriously. Stop being cheap and understand the value of number 26. Get it done. Get his ass in training camp. And let's have a great season for Big Blue. But it'll be a lot rougher if 2-6 is sitting out. And it'll be terrible if he's sitting out because of a contract dispute. I don't want to hear the injury shit. Stop giving me that injury bullshit. His injuries have been fluke injuries. The play he tore his ACL on, he ripped off a big run on that play, and it just happened. That shit happens. It was a fluke. When he rolled his ankle in Dallas a couple years ago, also a fluke. Shit happens. We want to try to make that justify lowballing this man. This man is one of the best at what he does. And there's no excuse for this right now at this point. It's been going on all off season. The fact that you can't come to an agreement the entire off season, you can't figure it out, it's not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. And that's all I got right now, man. Y'all know what to do, man. You like the video, hit that like button, thumbs up. Make sure you ring that bell, man, so you know when I'm dropping new content, bro. But right now, get it done, New York Giant Nation. It's your boy Mac the Giants fan. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.